All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Luna Eat the Life, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is another episode of Eagle Eye, my transfer rumor show, which I talk about the most important news around Arsenal, mainly transfer related, but generally news. Hence the Eagle Eye part. So, first thing first, let's talk about the main story that is trending like mad on Twitter. So it's in a lot of more reputable newspapers today. By reputable, the UK guys will know what I'm talking about here. But a paper called The Independent. Yes, newspapers are still a thing, believe it or not. More online these days than anything else, but they are still, you still get newspapers. And one of the more reputable ones in The Independent have claimed that Arsenal are set to bid for Ryan Fraser straight after the Europa League final. Funny enough, I did see a rumor about this yesterday. And I think Fraser was actually trending yesterday as well, because I saw the stories that Man United were sniffing around him. I've got a feeling, I must admit, that Emery really highly rates this guy, like really highly rates him. So I feel like this story isn't far from false. Just put it that way. Like I know that he does like front Ryan Fraser. It just seems like an Emery type of player. Quick, mobile, good center of gravity, works very hard. I don't know if you've ever watched Bournemouth play. My man's constantly up and down. For me personally, I'm a bit comme si comme ça with him. I'll freely admit that. There's a little old school expression for you. My first instinct when I heard this story was, oh no. But I'll be honest. A couple of weeks ago, this was a hard sell for me. I just felt like there were better wingers out there. I still feel like there are better wingers out there. But my feeling also is that I think if we are making a play for Ryan Fraser, maybe Arsenal's intention is to go for two, which does worry a little bit in the sense of, oh, what does that mean for someone like a Reece Nelson? But I've got to admit, if you're talking about Premier League proven, you can't go wrong with Ryan Fraser in a lot of ways. Someone who topped a lot of, if you like assists, this guy's an assist king. This guy's a real assist king. I ain't talking about no Mesut Ozil. This guy's a real assist king. For me, actually, more than anything, it wasn't even so much the assists that I was impressed with. It was the chances created. This guy, according to Sky Sports, created 122 chances in the league, which is, by the way, 20 more chances than anybody else. Anybody else. I mean, we're talking about someone who puts up numbers, and fair play to him. For me, he came from Aberdeen, came to Bournemouth at a fairly young age. Don't get it twisted, people. He's still he's still pretty young. He's still 25 years old, and he's got his whole career in front of him. Clearly ambitious. When the story initially came out that we were being linked with him, his response was he was flattered. And you know what? Why shouldn't he be flattered? Damn it, we're Arsenal. But Ryan Fraser, let's be real here, hasn't done badly. So I've got 9 goals, 17 assists. Very much that guy. He's good, very good crosser, excellent passer, pretty decent set piece taker. Lord knows we need a set piece taker, and just good at holding on to the ball. I feel like this would be a good option. I still prefer Zielik. I must admit, I'm still quietly hoping for him. I could see potentially Emery saying, all right, let's get Fraser in, and perhaps Zielik can play somewhere as a number 10 or in the middle, something like that. But now I must admit, I really do like this. I like the move because he's proven in the league. And to be honest, I like the fact that we're acting quickly. Let's not just, if this is our target, regardless of what me and you think, and me and you might think that we can get better, maybe we can't, you know. We need to stay in our own lane and we need to say, all right, if Ryan Fraser is that guy, let's make a play for him. He's likes to cross the ball and draws fouls onto him and creates chances. Maybe he's an Arsenal player. Maybe. Let's see what he can do. I think it's very obvious by now that Arsenal are waiting until the final because obviously we'll know how much money we have to play with after the final. If it all goes tits up and we lose that final, then we're obviously not going to have a lot of money, and in which case we're going to have a fire sale at Arsenal Football Club. Obviously, if we do get Champions League football, I still think we need some kind of major sale, major offloading, but maybe people won't sense our desperation. And let's be real, that is the best case scenario. Because if we don't get Champions League football, people will be smelling how desperate we are. And they'll be trying to get a deal off us. Trying. So let's see what happens. But I like this. I like this move. I like the fact that we have a statement of intent here. Particularly if the stories are true, that United are just sniffing around and seeing what they can get. It just kind of lets people know, yeah, we're after him as well. So if you make a move, we'll make a move too. So yeah, Ryan Fraser potentially could be, maybe, an Arsenal player. Another story I was actually going to lead with today prior to actually coming across the story about Ryan Fraser is Squadron Mustafi. Squadron Mustafi, oh dearie me. Do you know what? In a way, I kind of admire the obliviousness of him. Just it's borderline arrogance, but I must admit I admire the obliviousness. So his bar. So obviously everyone is looking towards who can we sell to potentially raise funds for us to buy. Squadron Mustafi is one of the first names that pop into your head. Particularly in light of the fact that a lot of us want defenders through the doors. Well, Squadron Mustafi's words to this speculation was simple. He said, it's odd that there always seems to be transfer speculations that was plural, by the way. He told German outlet Kicker, I'm an Arsenal player and I have a contract until 2021. So that tells me that he is not necessarily expecting him to go. He's not expecting him to leave. He feels like, I don't know why people are linking me with a move. I'm here until 2021. No, you ain't, son. You ain't, son. No, you ain't, son. The previous manager didn't want you and just played you out of necessity. So, yeah, for me, I hope. I listened to the two-part interview and I saw that we had to make difficult decisions. This should be an easy one. Squadron Mustafi is the one player that I think universally 99% of Arsenal fans would say, yes, sell him. And I admit it. Last 3 games he's played, he's been very good. But let's be honest, that's more of a surprise than a habit. Let's be honest. You know, we're looking around at the assets we have. We don't have many. Plus, taking into account that this guy is in his last 2 years of his contract now. So the way I see it is if you're not going to offer him a new deal, you spit those bars about, well, you need to sign a contract if you're in the last 2 years of your contract or we're going to sell you. There it is. Sell him. Bounce. See ya. AC Milan, give us your first offer. Peace. I want him at the club. I'm sorry. I don't want him at the club. Just for me, just never be given. I don't hate the guy. I know people think I hate him. I just don't. I've never thought he's good enough. I've never bought into him. I've never ever thought he was good enough. I've said it from day one. You know, you go and look at when we signed him and how unenthusiastic I was. Bear in mind, we just signed two players. That video was the most unenthusiastic video I've ever seen, just because I didn't understand where it came from, and I was really suspicious of the fact that 1 minute we were bidding 26 million for this kid, and then the next minute we shot up to 35 million for him when we had never spent those type of figures on a player, never mind a defender. It didn't make any sense. And then I thought to myself, wasn't this the same guy that played for the team that cost Gary Neville his job? And then I saw that PSG game away, and I thought, nah, this guy's done out here. And I've never ever bought into him since. So yeah, it is what it is. Lots and lots of rumors still flighting about in terms of, you know, the possible players that we're linked with, whether it's a Zaha, whether it's a Zelik. I think the thing that probably the last thing I'll talk about today is the fact that the Arsenal twosome, as I'm going to call them, Vinay and Raul, who gave a two-part interview, I've actually claimed a few things. They've claimed that Arsenal have some ammunition, that people want to join the club. They see it as a nice place, but our Champions League uncertainty is the thing that holds people back. Doesn't really entirely surprise me, to be fair. Of course, I think people do like the club. People do respect the club. I think people would like to join it because Arsenal, for all of the bad things that we have a reputation for, like choking when it really matters, yada, 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 you know, we do have a reputation of playing good football. We are in London, which I know people like to sniff at it. Mainly Londoners, weirdly, like to sniff at the fact that what people really like joining a club because they're in London. Yeah, that matters, you know. People like London. London is the best city in the world. People, of course, want to join London and see what it's about. So yeah, I think that is a big draw. And you know, and I don't care what anyone says, we're the biggest London club. I don't care what anyone tells me. So for me, let's just see what happens. It's very clear to me that our transfer business is almost on pause until we play the final, which makes sense to me. You kind of want to see what we have to play with at the moment. And let's be honest here, we don't have much, even if we have Champions League football. I know one scene says we should have more than 100,000. I doubt it, but maybe we do. And if we do, it's just about making sure that we spend it on the right targets, spending it and making sure that that money works for us, not us working for that money. So anyway, let's see what the chat room's saying. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat room. Remember to give me a thumbs up. I'm seeing all of you chatting in the chat room, chatting away, buzzing away. Please, please, please do pump up those like buttons. What do you guys think of the Fraser deal? Let me come and see what you guys are saying. 14 likes and 84 people to chat. Come on, guys. Come on, people. VP's in the house. Matt Aaron's in the house. Banter season continues if we sign bums like Fraser. Dot rotten. Really? Even I'm not hating on Fraser like that. J Rob, what up? Drew Laguna, what up? Okay. Boots is in the house. 7 out of 10. Here's the thing, though. For people sniffing at the Fraser deal, you got to admit he's better than anything else we have at the moment. Much better. Fraser may be a gem. I don't know about that gem thing. Let's be honest. The secret's out with him. He's produced his best ever season, put in that work for those figures. He's clearly a good player. But yeah. Just continue to look. Evening Chig, up the Gunners. Mustafi needs to go. Telling me, bruh. You're telling me. And he's better than Iwobi. Even I will say that, Blaze. Even I will say that. He's better than Iwobi. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right, brother. I'm okay, man. How are you? Omar Yeha. Yeah, Nimsy. Okay. If you're a millionaire, otherwise London's a shithole. London is a wonderful city. Has its problems like any other city. But it is a good city. But I will say this: you ain't lying about the millionaire part. Boy, it's expensive. I will say that. London is one of them areas where it's great to travel to, not so much to live in. Big up J Rod for the donation. Shib, do you like the new kits? Love the show. Thank you, J Rod. I do, provided their kits. I am very suspicious about that picture. Also, I've seen that Ian Wright has deleted his tweet. Probably got blasted left, right, and center for that. I think the yellow one's a t-shirt. It looks like a t-shirt to me. Whereas the red one, I'm more prepared to believe that's a kit, but I'm still not 100% convinced, I must admit. But thank you, J-Rob. Thank you for that donation. Adam Denley. What up, Adam? What up, brother? Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. 77 people, 75 people, 24 likes. Come on, guys. Both kits look awesome. Don't get me wrong, I like the yellow t-shirt, but it's a t-shirt. I'll be shocked if it's a kit. Not that there's anything wrong with it if it is a kit, but I'm convinced it's a t-shirt. I'm convinced it's not a football kit. Mustafi, Kosovo, Monreal, get rid. Lenny, I agree with you. I can't see us getting rid of two left backs at the same time. So I think if we get rid of one of them, it's going to have to be Monreal first. Then I think Kolasinac. But I agree with your list. It's the collar t-shirt. It is a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt, bro. It's a t-shirt. It's a good t-shirt, but it's a t-shirt. It ain't no football kit. The yellow one I'm talking about. The red one looks like a good football kit. Slowly but surely, I'm dragging you guys' likes up, but not quickly enough, man. 81 people, 32 likes. Come on. Takes 2 seconds. Just drill up those likes. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes and then I'm out. 5 minutes and then I'm out. Who would you guys like to see us buy? Do you think Arsenal are doing the right thing, waiting until Wednesday to see what we have to play with? Because in a way, I think it is smart business. You don't want, Arsenal probably have an idea of the people that they want to sell, but they don't want anything distracting themselves from the final, which is why I thought the masterstroke from Chelsea was to leak that Petr Cech news. It was a masterstroke. Yeah, I'm with you, but Blems, I would love Ziyech over Fraser. If we get Ziyech and Fraser, though, because that ain't going to cost too much money, and automatically you add a heck of a dimension into the team. You play, in my view, you play someone like a Reece Nelson just behind the striker, a lone striker. You play Ziyech on the right, Fraser on the left, or vice versa. In fact, you could interchange all of them. I like how fluid that team becomes all of a sudden. I'm with you on the get rid of Mkhitaryan. Me and you blokes need to chill. Ziyech or Zaha, Nimsy, Ziyech all day long. All day long. I don't rate Zaha, bro. I don't rate him. I damn sure don't rate him for 8 million. I've said it before and I say it again. If we could get Zaha for 35 million, I'd take the risk for 35. For 80 million, nah. Zaha's way overvalued and overrated in my view. Mahrez, Pepe, Jota, Jimenez. Oh, you don't want much, Boots, huh? You don't want much. I don't raise Zaha. Blems. It's like we're the same people. Leon Bailey. I would still take the chance on Leon Bailey, you know. I know his stock went down a little bit because he had a bit more of a quiet season. He still scored like 9 goals and 9 assists. So he ain't bad. He ain't bad. Chig, would you take Lovren? Nope. I didn't really rate Lovren when he was supposed to be good, though, when he was in Southampton. So there you go. If Zaha deal contains Nelson, I'm done out here. I'm with you, James. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't be happy either. I'm not. I wouldn't be happy either. I am all for, and you guys know I like Callum Chambers, but I'm all for including Callum Chambers, including El Nene, whatever we have to do to get some deals done and over the line. I'm with it, but not to sacrifice our young players for it. No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Ibrahim, yes, because I've always highly rated him. Was gutted when Arsenal missed out on him. Chikwuzi is his name. And yes, I've always highly rated him. But I think the ship has sailed. I've said it before. I think he'll stay in Spain for some time. Saliba, absolute gem. Khalid, how do you know that? I respect everybody's view. I want you to tell me how you know that. Because it feels like people have heard a headline about Saliba and they run with that story, right? The kid looks good. I saw him play over 2 games. But that's 2 freaking games. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, Alan, hit that like button. 98 people, 44 likes. Something going on out here. Something's not right here. Alan Wesley Gunner. In his house, brother. We ain't attached to the hip. Shit. Pep going to Juventus. No chance. If we're in the Champions League next season and have a budget of 75 million, would you buy Fraser for 30? Ooh. It depends. Because my first choice would be Ziyech. So it's all about how I think I would set my team up. So if I would set my team up with Ziyech, then Fraser, what do I want Fraser for? Do I want him as a number 10? Do I want him to play on the left-hand side? Do I want him to play on the right-hand side? Considering I've just bought Ziyech, I must admit, I think Ziyech is a number 10, in my view. I play him as a number 10. I think that's Mesut Ozil's replacement. So I play him as a number 10. You put Ryan Fraser on the right-hand side. Maybe Reece on the left, cutting in. Or Bams on the left, whoever. And then that's your front 4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want some good ball movement as well. I'm with you. Douglas Costa, overrated Omar. Always thought that though. I did want him for a period for like 2 weeks once. And then I realized actually you're quite overrated still. Guendouzi needs to stay well away from the first team. I like Guendouzi, I must admit. But I can see what people don't like about him. If you'll notice about me, I tend to like our young players. I do. As people always say, oh, stick up for a word because he's Nigerian. No. I stick up for him because he's a young freaking player that's come through the ranks and ain't bad. It's just I don't think he'll succeed at Arsenal. I've always said that. No, it's Thursday. It's a school night, VP. It's a school night. Tomorrow I will be. Robert Brennan. What's with Mustafi? What's right with Mustafi? I don't know. From Mustafi's point of view, I guess he feels like he doesn't need to go anywhere. But I think no one's had that sit down with him. And they shouldn't. Not yet. Wait for the final to come and go. No one needs to be distracted ahead of Wednesday. The team doesn't need to be upset. The boat doesn't need to be rocked until Wednesday has come and gone. And then you can do what the fuck you want to do. And I think that's what will happen. I think you will start to see stories grow of people leaving after Wednesday. If Willock can step out next season, it'll be decent. I like Willock, James, so I'm kind of with you. I like him. I think he might need a loan, but I'd put like a clawback, a callback clause in there. No, Alan, I'm with you. I must admit, the Jeffers one I never liked because I didn't really rate him when he played for Everton. So when we were bought, I remember, I will never forget. I was in sixth form when that story broke that we bought him, and I was so annoyed. I was like, why the heck would we spend money on Francis Jeffers? And you use that people because when you buy an English player, people jump on that and defend it. So we bought Francis Jeffers, and inevitably people came and was defending it. And I was the only one that was saying, my man is shit. And that's exactly the way it turned out. I will never forget that Francis Jeffers thing. Never. I'd have been on, if this had been now, I'd have been on the channel 18 years ago, whenever it was we bought him, and I would have been cursing Wenger's name for buying Francis Jeffers. But yes, I do remember that day vividly. The sixth form arguing with people for time about that. Fox at the box. OG. Yeah, Marbles, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. All right. As we edge closer, I'm going to wrap this up and head to go. But yeah, I know, VP. I know. Donation. As I head to go, let me see if I can get some quick early predictions for Wednesday. Early predictions as we start to think about the final. It's less than a week. We're starting to hear the stories of training and Mkhitaryan, who is not traveling out, and Welbeck, who may be fit for the game, and things like that. Are you guys? You know what? Forget the predictions. Actually, what would your teams be? I've seen some interesting teams on Twitter. Really like Zach's tweet team. Yeah, give me your teams. Who would you start in the game? Give me your 1 to 11s real quick. Because you guys are shit at doing that, and I'm in my previews. So I think of doing it live with you now. I'm going to make you do your teams. What would your teams be ahead of Wednesday? So I'll see some. I'll read out the predictions anyway while I'm here. So Omar's gone 3-1 Arsenal. Chelsea's gone 3-1 to the Arsenal. Mana Aaron 2-1. Come on, you Gooners. Marbles 2-1 Chelsea. Alan 4-1. Nimsy 9-1 Arsenal. I don't even smoke, and I want what you're smoking, Nimsy. Flipping heck. VP 11 Mustafis or Ozils. VP on timeout. It's hella long to type. Bro, you watch, people will type it. Don't worry about that. People will type it. I think 2-0. My girlfriend thinks 2-0. Okay. Are you sure your girl's not just copying you, Blaze? Or does she actually think it's 2-0? See? Look, I'm starting to see some teams now. Marbles has gone with Czech. Ainsley Maitland now. Socrates, Monreal, Kos, and Kolasinac, Torreira, Guendouzi, Granit Xhaka, Mesut Ozil, Uber, and Laka. Which, let's be real here, will probably end up being the team. Mustafi refuses to leave. How's up? Go back and listen to the story. 352, Leno from Khaled. Leno, Socrates, Cosmon, Man, Collar, Torreira, Xhaka, Ozil, Uber. So same team as my man, but you've gone with Leno. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why you said that. People are loving the 3-5-2s. I must admit, 3-5-2 is the way to go, man. Can't afford to be fucking around out here. Plus, Chelsea seem to struggle when we play 3 at the back. So I say let's just do that. G the PT, what up? What up? What up? I had 12 players starting. Oh, for real? I wasn't even counting. No, Dad, the first, what marbles you think? Oh, I didn't even count what marbles had. I didn't count it. All right. 12 versus 11, you know. All right, people. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video for what it's worth. It's just a quick one. I saw Fraser trending. I thought, right, I have to do something. So I'll jump on it. You guys let me know what you think of this video. Do leave your comments down below. I know you're chatting in the chat, but also leave your comments below. You know I interact with people who leave their comments. Please do continue to like this button. There's still 81 people, 55 likes. Something's going on out here. Hit that like button. Come on now, people. And I'll be back tomorrow. In fact, this weekend is a bank holiday weekend. Going to be packed for me. It's a bit of a sad day for me on Sunday. So I don't know if I'll be doing anything on Sunday. But on Monday, I'll put out a chopping block. It being a bank holiday in the UK, so I'll be able to do a chopping block. Saturday, I will drop a couple of videos as well. Friday, I'll drop a couple of videos as well. You know why? Because we don't rest out here. We're trying to hustle. We're trying to pick this up. We're trying to smash right through 5,000 subscribers. We are almost at 4,400 subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed. So I don't nearly say that enough. I never take it for granted. So thank you so much for the 4,400 people that are subscribed so far. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to hit that like button. So much more material coming for you. You have no idea the plans I have. It's coming. It's all in this head. I'm just extracting it out. So keep an eye out for that. I have done my video, by the way, my Chig Knows Best video on wingers. I think it's appropriate now with the Ryan Fraser news that I released that. So that will be dropping tomorrow. Have a look out for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me, people. I'm out of here. Take care. Have a good Thursday night. See you tomorrow. Peace. Emre in. Come on, you Arsenal.